Good morning. Tom Breslin, Dillon Town Manager, along with Tim Westerberg, member of the Dillon Town Council. We're here to give you the Dillon Town Council update. We met on Tuesday evening, as we do on first and third Tuesdays, in case you're interested in coming. And we kicked off the meeting with a discussion regarding High Country Conservation Center and programs they have.
Yeah, they did a nice presentation for us, and basically they provide incentives for both businesses and residents.
Correct.
To make energy conservation improvements that, and also offer, I believe, some rebates or some matching funds. Is that how it works, Tom?
Yes. What they're looking for the town to give them support for their home energy audit program, which between the rebate that they would get from High Country Conservation, $50, plus what they get from XL, the out-of-pocket cost to the homeowner would be $100. So that's pretty good. And then they have a match up to $400 to implement the improvements that are recommended in the audit.
And that's a program that's already underway in the county. The county supports it, and some of our other sister towns and cities in the county support it. And so Town Council for Dillon is trying to decide exactly what our level of involvement should be, and we'll talk about that further. But however that turns out, it's a great program, and people should be aware of it and take advantage of it to the extent that they can.
So, you know, when we get involved in this should be a link on our new website and things like that. So
Good.
They also have a business program which they go out and look at the whole business to see where they can make improvements, recycling, lighting, you know, a myriad of things. And they say, and probably true, that some of the recommendations, if implemented, can lead to recovery of the cost of that implementation in as short as 18 months.
I should have that audit done on my house. To tell you the truth, I'm scared to death to do it. I think they'll say, where do we start? But anyway, it's a smart thing to do.
I know, if your curtains blow in the wintertime, that's not good.
We took them down. Tom, we also talked about the replatting of some of this property along Labonte here.
Yes.
And we have a community meeting coming up, I believe, where people can hear more about that. What's the summary of what we've done there?
Well, what we're doing is we are platting and replatting a bunch of land that's owned by the town to pursue some development and redevelopment, which is kind of called for in our guiding documents. So we've had our engineer, Dan Burrows, working on this. He's done a great job, and he will be presenting all the maps and plans for this on July 29th at 5 o'clock at the town hall. So if you're interested in that, we've sent out notices to quite a few people, and we're hoping to get a good showing so people can understand where we're going with this.
And just as a couple of important distinctions, replatting is not rezoning.
That is correct.
So we have not changed the acceptable uses of that.
That's correct.
We're simply drawing some boundaries and labeling some properties to prepare them for possible development. And we also do not have we have a plan, and we'd like to develop that property, but we don't have a plan in the sense that somebody's already said, I'd like to build residential or retail or what have you. We're just trying to see if there's any interest out there. Correct?
Correct. It is definitely not rezoning. It's just platting some land and marking boundaries. And anything any process that goes, if somebody brings us a specific plan to develop whatever they'd like to develop, that'll be a very public process. You guys will see it from the initial stages right through whether you approve it or disapprove it.
And all very open to the public.
Totally.
So July 29th, 5 o'clock, Town Hall.
Correct.
We started the budget talks already at this last meeting.
Yes, we did.
Revenues have been good up through May, which is what we have available to us at this point, or May or June.
May, we have May.
So the budget process begins with some projected increase in revenues, but we're going to build the budgeting process based on flat revenues from this point on, to be conservative about it. Are you excited about the budgeting process? I know I can hardly wait.
Yes, and our finance director, Karen McDonald, who does a great job with this, she likes to kick it off early, and so she did the other night. And with the revenue projections for this year, and actually it's great news because sales tax up year to date 10%, which is outstanding. And what happened is, we'll project flat for the budget process, but any extra revenues we get, we put right back into the town in the form of doing projects and capital improvements and things like that.
And that increase in sales tax revenue, I think you would agree, can only be attributed to excellent leadership on the part of the town manager and the council. Well, maybe not. There could be some other factors there. We're standing next to Town Park.
Yes.
What's the next piece of that action?
Well, actually, funny you should mention that. We have
I mention it because it's on the script you gave me.
So we got, thank you to the people at GOCO, we had a $60,000 grant, of which the town put in a 25% match, $80,000. And this week we awarded the contract to Ceres Plus Landscaping, who also did our master plan for this park. And they are going to start working up design for this park going forward. And as money becomes available, we will start making improvements.
And many people in the listening audience know about the work that we've done at the Marina Park, and we've gotten really rave reviews about how that has just changed the look of that whole area. So we're excited over the next several years to try to do the same thing up here at Town Park, is just really, really change the look and function of that whole facility. Pretty cool stuff.
From the parking to pickleball courts to tennis courts to
all kinds of kids stuff.
Yep. So we're really looking forward to that.
Cool.
So thanks to our friends at GOCO for kicking that off.
The town council also extended the I'm not sure if the correct language is moratorium on new marijuana retail businesses, or if it's another word, suspended. But nonetheless, as again many people may know, we some time ago placed a moratorium at 3 on the number of retail marijuana shops in Dillon. That was a 1-year, I believe, moratorium through, or a little more than a year.
No, actually, I think we only went like 6 months to take a look at it.
Okay, it was less than a year then.
Yeah, and then we had a cutoff date for September, and we decided to extend the moratorium, which is the correct language, on the issuance of licenses, pending, see how the process is working out and what the impact of 3 shops here in town. One is open, one is scheduled to open relatively soon, and we're not quite sure about the third one's opening date yet. But,
and again, the reasons for that, it's extended through September of 2016.
Correct.
And then we can review it again. Actually, we can review it anytime we want to, but we'll have to review it or let it expire at that point. But we want to, as Tom said, we want to kind of see what the impact. We have one up and running, and by the way, it has not been a problem in the community. It's functioned very, very well without incident. We want to find out what the effect of 2, what the effect of 3 might be. And we also kind of want to see what's going on in the rest of the county in terms of the number of retail shops available. So frankly, we think that up to 3 serves the needs of the community, and still the moratorium buys us some time to assess the impact without getting out of control.
Yep.
Let's see, what else did we do? We talked about renovation of Town Hall.
Yes,
you're going to do some things to increase the function and efficiency.
Yeah, on the well, we call it the second floor. It depends on where you come in, but it's the main floor where the public comes in, and we're going to modify that lobby to make it more efficient for the public and the staff as well. So we've been planning this for a while, and we should be kicking it off in the next few weeks. Actually, we awarded the contract, so we're trying to do it so it doesn't impact summer season and when we're really busy. So that'll be kicking off soon. It's a fairly low cost item, and it's overdue.
Pretty low cost.
Yeah.
We've got a new barbecue place. It's gearing up to open up, we think.
Yep. I was in there actually yesterday with Carrie. We went over there. The contract estimates another 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But they have paid their tap fees, which is generally an indicator that they're ready
so
to go.
In mid-August or early August or something, we could see that up and running.
I'd say mid-August. Mid-August.
That'll be good. And we've finished the bike path, which is no small project.
No, it wasn't. And we had 300 cracks on that bike path of varying depth and seriousness. So we filled the cracks and we rebuilt the bigger cracks, and we did a lot of work out there. And then we resurfaced it with with sort of, I forget the name of the project, slurry seal. We slurry sealed it, and we're trying that as a new type of resurfacing that's a lot less expensive than trying to repave the whole bike path. And actually, thanks to the county, they partnered with us to some extent on this.
That helped.
And that was helpful. So we got a lot more done. So
the only other thing that I believe we took up at the regular session was a decision to let P&Z make the final decisions on the tower.
On the antenna over at the Rebecca Lodge, as part of the deal for the LLC that's formed to do the Gateway project, they have purchased the Rebecca Lodge, and as part of the deal, the antenna had to be moved so that the person who owned the antenna could keep that business going. So they made an application and worked through the town, and P&Z approved it. And without getting into too much, it's a level 3 application, which the council has the option to call up and have their own hearing, or to take the recommendation of P&Z, which is what they decided to do.
A wise decision on our part, I think. I have one more thing I want to mention before we sign off and go to phase 2 of this, but do you have anything else we should be talking about?
No, I think we covered everything.
One other thing I want to mention is in executive session, and not any details because it was executive session, but we did review Tom's performance. He's been with us a year now. I just want to say we are extremely happy with his performance and are thrilled that he's back with us again.
Thanks.
So thanks and
Thank you.
And thanks, Tom. I think that's it for us, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll give
break?
you a break, and then we'll bring Kerstin Anderson to give us an events update.
I need a break. This has been pretty taxing.
Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you.
We're back. We went through the government stuff thanks to Councilman Tim Westerberg. Now we'll move on to some more of the fun stuff that goes on around Dillon. And I have with me Kerstin Anderson, who's our Marketing and Communications Director, who works very hard to put on these events along with her staff. And what do you have for us today, Kerstin?
Yeah, hi Tom. We're back at the Farmers Market again. What'd you have for lunch today?
I haven't gotten to my hot dog. I'm usually a hot dog person, so he has the New York hot dogs boiled in water. Those are my favorite.
Always fun here at the Farmers Market. Can you believe the summer's half over?
No, I can't.
We've had a lot of great events so far. Most recently, we had a movie at the amphitheater. So we kicked off our first attempt at movies on the water. And that was just a huge success, I think. A beautiful night out there, and we had a crowd that was hooting and hollering and really getting into it. So do you think we'll try some of those again next year?
I actually just sent out an email. Maybe we'll try something again this year.
Yeah.
But it was very well received. There was about 300 people there, and I had reports are everybody had a great time. And actually we were approached by the Breckenridge Film Festival for this idea, and they partnered with us. And I think it's a great idea, and it seems to be well received. So it will be in our future plans, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. The next partnership we have is utilizing our new disc golf course. So that opened late last summer and has been used all this summer to rave reviews. And essentially the Peak 1 Mile High Classic disc golf tournament approached us. They typically have a tournament in Frisco, and they want to split the tournament and do a portion of it out in Dillon. So we're going to be doing that in Dillon on August the 1st. How many disc golfers are going to be out there?
Over 150. They're going to split it. They'll play one place one day and one place the next and rotate. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I've met with the organizers out there, and they're very enthusiastic about it. I'm not a disc golfer, but I'm going to have to go out there and play around.
Yeah, and actually they're going to help us do some signage out there, right?
Yeah, they are. There's a PDGA, not to be confused with the PGA. It's the Professional Disc Golfers Association, and they're looking to form partnership with us and make recommendations on improvements out there and support us financially with some signage and things going forward. So that's exciting.
Yeah. So that's August 1st. That event will be quickly followed by our inaugural town party, and that's going to be August 8th. We're very excited about that. We're going to kick off with a community bike ride that is in partnership with the pro cycling event. We're going to put a spin on it, so it's going to be a poker ride and bicycle ride. So we'll start off at Marina Park in the morning. We'll have a family route through town. We'll have a route out to the nature preserve. And then for those go-getters out there, we'll have a route that goes over Swan Mountain and back. At each stage, people will get a poker hand, and then the top poker hand from each route gets prizes. So incredible Dillon, Colorado t-shirts, maybe a boat ride out there, and some A-Basin swag.
Okay.
So that's happening on the 8th. That'll be followed by our Marina Park grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony. What band are we having that day?
Well, we're having, I forget their name, sorry to them, but
Right, Under
they
a
do
Blood Red
U2,
Sky.
Under a Blood Red Sky.
Yeah.
And they do U2 music. I heard them last year and they were excellent, so should be a great day down at Marina Park and the amphitheater.
Yep.
You have
So
kids
they'll be
stuff?
out there. Yeah, we have tons of free kids activities, bouncy houses, face painting. The Keystone Stables is going to be out there doing wagon rides. We're going to have free boat shuttles for 15-minute shuttles that go out and back, and then lots of fun events. The music will continue with our regular Saturday night concert series.
Right.
So Frankie Valli cover band will be
that's
out
right.
there.
So you go 2 generations there. You go from U2 to Frankie Valli. So
and then
we'll
next,
cover it all.
Yeah, and then the next big event that we're having that also ties into pro cycling is we're kicking off the Pro Cycling Challenge with 5 nights of concerts. So Sunday night we'll have live music at the amphitheater. Monday a sprint is coming through the town of Dillon.
Tuesday
Tuesday
the
sprint,
18th.
Sprint is coming through the town of Dillon. We're going to have a huge jumbotron set up at the Dillon Amphitheater, so we can listen to music. You can watch the finish if you can't get up to the basin for that mountaintop finish.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to kick the party off for that right around noon. So when the race is coming down from Steamboat to A-Basin, you'll be able to watch it on jumbotron. Then you could spill out into the streets here because the race will be coming through here sometime around 3:30 in the afternoon. So, and then you can go back down to the amphitheater and watch the finish, because by that time you will not be able to get up to the basin if you're here. So come join us for race day. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, and then that leads us right into Labor Day. Like I said, the summer is almost halfway finished. Get out here, come take advantage of all the events and activities, free concerts, and the farmers market.
Yeah. So come to Dillon. We're open.
All right, let's go get a dog.
Yeah, there you go.